1-year anniversary of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update, Khasino and I have a special guest. We are interviewing MSF Game Director John Durr, and we have our first battle in the real-time PvP. And Khasino, you are going down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so sure about that, but we'll see.
We definitely will. We will see, my friend, and we're going to talk about some controversy as well, some challenge rollbacks, some chaos theory, and so much more. And we have a lot of stuff going on in this episode, guys. So if you're ready for your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update, Khasino, tell them what to do, brother.
Let's whoop Valley.
ValleyFlyin, ValleyFlyin, ValleyFlyin.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back, and I am hyped because it is the 1-year anniversary of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. As usual, I am joined by my brother, my partner in crime, the master of disaster, Khasino. What is up, brother? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Woo, it is time, my friend. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I've been like hyped about this for the last few weeks, and it finally came together. We are interviewing John Durr. We're going to ask him some pressing questions that you guys have had on your mind. Plus, we're going to challenge each other in real-time PvP, baby. Are you looking forward to your first PvP loss?
Yeah, I mean, whenever that patch happens, I guess I'll look forward to it. But for today,
hey, we will have some fun, man. We will have some fun. And yes, someone will come out on top. But let's get it. We got a lot planned. Let's just get right into it, brother. All right, my friend, you have had a very, very good week. After, what is a year and a half of Red Stars being in the game, you finally got your first 7 Red Star character, and it is not the worst character that you can get. It is my girl, the Legendary Shuri! And yes, the cherry has been broken for you, my friend. How do you feel about that? Look at that excitement. Hands up and everything.
Yeah, it was long overdue, we'll say. It was good that it finally happened. I was glad that I was able to do it live on stream. You can see chat just starts flipping out.
Woo, yeah.
Honestly, we thought this day would never come. So yeah, I'm happy to finally have a 7. Now, in the video, I go into more detail about my thoughts on it being Shuri and everything that went into getting my first 7 red, including approximately what I've spent on red stars and how many 6s and 5s and 4s I have to get to this point. But yeah, all in all, I am very happy to finally have a 7. And like you said, it could have been way worse. Having it on a legendary character is not bad. However, having it on a character that does next to no damage is a bummer. Having it on a character that was already 6 red star, especially with the new 6.
That is the pain, I think, my friend.
Yeah, it's such a small increase. And yeah, so I don't really feel the upgrade that much, and I don't use her that much. And it just made my Wakandans even more imbalanced in Blitz and War. But
oh, look at that. What the heck?
Wait, what was that? What did that say on the box you were holding?
Don't miss the 1-year anniversary. Oh, lovely. For the sneak peek of live PvP. I didn't even read the box. I thought it just said package chips. Yes, so that is what we were doing, my friend.
Very few people caught it. I just threw that in there.
Look at that. The hints keep coming from you. Hints all around. Well, congratulations. I'm very happy for you that you got your first 7 red star character. I did kind of want to see the memes if you didn't get it, but yes, it is done, and we could finally put that monkey to rest, right?
Yep, now I'm just on the quest to get my first 7 red that I actually want.
Damage dealer.
Yeah, a damage dealer would be good. By the way, you just saw me upgrade the Shuri basic, so it was a funny thing. I said whoever I get as my first 7 red star, I'm going to max them out. Yeah. I already took Shuri into DD3. She was gear tier 14, and 3 of her abilities had T4s. I just upgraded 1 ability. Boom, maxed out.
What is this? The most possible you could get on Shuri. Red 118, 310 in the game right now.
That's it. That is the biggest Shuri you'll ever see for now.
Yes, cannot be beaten, just tied. All right, so that is a very good thing for you, my friend. But I do want to talk about something that been going on in the game for a little while, and I think it started with this quarantine. What is going on with all these bugs and typos in the game? It's happened before. There's been a lot of compensation for that before. It seems like it's a lot more prevalent now.
I would say so. And again, a part of it is while they have QA on the team, they also have external QA. And as I understand it, some of that external QA is not able to work with the COVID thing because they're based in other countries. So they are definitely, this is definitely a period of less QA than we normally receive. And given the prevalence of various bugs with the full QA team on deck, yeah, I only want to bash them so much in an episode where they're giving us what is he, the lead dev, I forget his title, but game director.
The scoop.
Yeah. We're getting an interview with the game director and getting to preview live PvP. So I'm not going to spend this entire episode giving them grief, but there've been a few bugs for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all of them in this video, guys. But let's start with this one right here. Boom, the ability enhancement challenge issue. So, it was very easy. Tier 11, tier 12 of the ability enhancement challenge. Ever since I did that Red Star rework, very, very easy. I mean, you could pretty much autoplay this thing, and it got rolled back. And this caused some heat in the Reddit community. What are your thoughts on this?
So I definitely did not think that they handled it the way that I would have handled it. I thought there were several other better solutions. Also, they did a good job of confusing people with their terminology, which they sometimes do when they're not consistent with the terminology.
What did I miss? I didn't catch that.
Well, it was mainly that they referred to the Captain Marvel targeting Greg originally as a bug, when that wasn't really a bug. That was the intended working of that AI, and they just kind of overlooked it. So it was more of like an unintended consequence, but it wasn't bugged. It was working as intended.
Okay.
So, excuse me. So yeah, when they call that a bug, then when they say we're handling one bug this way, but another bug this way, that's what's causing the uproar. Is why are there two different solutions to bugs? Bugs should be treated the same way.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if they would have phrased it more accurately as we made a conscious decision after a certain point going forward to change the way AI works, that wouldn't have necessarily required a rollback. If they're like, we're going to change the way this AI works, we're letting you guys know ahead of time. You have 1 or 2 weeks to do it with the current AI working as is, and then going forward, the AI is going to work different. That's it. But by calling it a bug, they've made it so that really they ought to roll back everyone. But my original suggestion was just don't roll back anyone. Like, oops, you guys are giving out too many T4s. You messed up. That should be that. Like, you messed up. The players should be getting extra T4s. You'll have to, find another way to make them a little bit rarer or something else. But I wouldn't have rolled it back at all if I were them. But yeah, there's a lot of things that they could have done differently. And I think that they definitely picked an option that was pretty divisive. But I also, for all the outrage that there is, I don't think that it's the worst possible thing they could have done. At the end of the day, people are still getting, like, people knew when they were doing it, like, oh wow, you got to get in and do it while it's bugged. Like, yeah. I'm definitely not supposed to be able to beat it, but I am. So they're letting people keep all those ability materials. So people are getting free stuff out of it.
That is good.
Yeah, I
think the weird comments were the ones that said, why would anyone tell the devs about this? I mean, geez, they knew from day one. They knew from day one that what was going on. So yeah, I don't think anybody had to tell what was that this thing was bugged.
No, it's the people were telling each other, and the devs keep an eye on the community. So when people are saying like, get in there quick, it's bugged. They see that. But yeah, so at the end of the day, people are getting more ability mats than they were supposed to have. But yeah, it did spark this debate about, well, what about the people who took advantage of another situation that has since been changed or corrected? Yeah. And the other thing too is they could just walk that one back. Like, they could just be like, okay, we're gonna put it back to now Captain Marvel will target whoever. And even if they just said now Captain Marvel has a chance to target Greg, that's still the AI working better without it eliminating the opportunity to get that win the same way. But yeah, very messy solution. And they could have done several different things that would have made everyone happy. And I wish they'd gone with one of them. But at the end of the day, the option they went with, well, definitely the worst option of several, is still at the end of the day, people getting free extra ability mats that they wouldn't have normally got. So some people took this as like, proof that Fox Next hates their player base, and I don't see that. They're just giving people extra ability mats that they didn't even intend to give people, and that's really that. I think the thing that upset people the most was how quick they were to fix this when there are other issues.
Gonna get to, yeah, because it wasn't just this ability match challenge. It was because in a vacuum, yeah, bring it back, roll it back. It's everything surrounding it. That Captain Marvel bug, like you talked about, or maybe it wasn't a bug, just the AI targeting system was a little skewed, and I think that was one of the things that why aren't they rolling everybody back? And then people started bringing up other bugs in the game or other things in the game, other issues that are a little more pressing, like shell alliances, like the blitz bots. Why aren't these being addressed so quickly, whereas a bug in the player's favor is addressed, very fast? And they did issue a response a couple days later on the official site, and they talk about that Captain Marvel bug and things and some of the reasoning why they did it. What did you think of this response?
I mean, they basically said, like, we did take time to think about it and we're sticking to our guns on this. We don't consider them quite the same degree of issue, but I do think that, and again, I hate saying this because I don't want to see anyone rolled back. I didn't want to see the first group rolled back, and I think that if you're going to roll back the first group, they probably should roll back the Captain Marvel group as well, and it pains me to say that because I'm in that group. But they are a bit downplaying how much easier CM targeting Greg made it. I knew people with like 250k teams that were able to do it then, and now with 350k teams aren't even coming close.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's definitely, they're downplaying it a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, the main reasoning seems to me is like, hey, people who bought and rapidly powered up our new characters get a bit of an advantage, and people who didn't do that don't. And while that's not a nice thing to do, it is consistent with pretty much what they've been doing since this game came out, which is you get additional rewards and progress for powering up new characters, and that is at the end of the day things they're trying to encourage. So, I don't think they mind giving a win to the players that powered up a new character right away. So
yeah. No, I just didn't see the rewards as significant enough to prompt this kind of a quick response. One, two extra T4s, I guess times 3, a few times a week. I didn't think it's that big of a deal, especially considering how much they cost to upgrade those abilities. But
I think it was 9 each time. It ended up being 27 each week. But yeah, if this had gone on for a month, it would have come out to what, like half of an ability. Yeah, it wouldn't have been anything crazy. They pounced it pretty quick. Now, to their credit, some people are getting a bit confused by saying, like, they're quick to address this, but they haven't addressed blitz botting or alliance shelling or all those things. And in reality, they pretty much did jump on those issues right away. They have just, again, poorly communicated exactly what they're planning to do and when they're planning on putting some of those fixes in. But like those couple of things, which players consider to be the big issues plaguing the game right now, those have been addressed. It's just the actual implementation of those, I believe, are slated for like next patch at the earliest.
So let me ask you about the address. I know they have addressed the save squads. They did this this past week. Not the save squads. That is a whole nother issue. They did address the alliance war shelling, and I don't know if that solution is going to work, but they did try to address that. Blitz bots, though, I don't think I remembered anything publicly that they've talked about with that. Did they make a public announcement and I missed it, or is
no? I don't think they have. I'm mainly speaking from me regularly harassing them behind the scenes, and that is why I say again, it's a bit of an issue of communication, which is I happen to know that it's something that they're aware of, looking into and working on, but they haven't put anything out there. So I am happy to say that we have a list of questions. We'll see, assuming that the full list of questions remains intact when we do get to talk to the game director. I do plan on asking him, or one of us will anyway, be asking him about save squads, about blitz bots, and if they have a specific plan or timeline that they want to inform the player base of for dealing with those things like that.
Yeah.
So
there's some juicy questions on those, and we'll see which ones get kept, and we get to actually ask, and which ones get cut out. But
I did stress to Cerebro. I mean, in this instance, the reason that they would opt not to give an answer is if they don't have a finalized answer and they don't want to say something and then go back on it. But I did stress to Cerebro, like, these are all major questions on the player base's mind, and the more of these that can get answered, the better players will feel about the state of the game. So I strongly encourage answering as many as you can. So
well, we will see what happens. We definitely will see. Oh, so one thing we did talk about last week was this thing right here, this Nature's Gift event. And let's start with the positives right here. This one right here, you're getting some silver promotion credits just for doing your normal stuff. So that is a good thing about this event. And this has been a little divisive on Reddit as well, because this 1400 experience takes 125 donation of power cords by each alliance member. And this big one, you're getting a lot of silver promotion credits, but 500 per day. I know we talked about this a little last week before we saw what these rewards actually were. What did you guys end up doing?
So yeah, I mean, without question, the final tier is outrageous. Everyone doing 500 is just preposterous. I would be surprised if more than like 10 alliances total are going for that final box, because it's just, in addition to just being decently high priced, it requires like absolutely no one mindlessly clicking a different donation amount.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been any incentive for high-end alliances to do more than the 10K for a long time. Like, once you're capped on XP and you have nothing, when your start tech is maxed, you have nothing to spend that alliance currency on. So again, what it comes down to is it's basically like roughly a $43 5-star promotion, which if they just sold it as that is already like I'll think about it. Mm-hmm. But the fact that everyone in the alliance has to agree to do it, and that's the only way you get it at that rate, is what makes it so preposterous. Is you need 24 people that want to pay that. And so you and I are both in fairly high up alliances in the scheme of the game, and both of our alliances are like, no way. I have some 500.
Not for the 500.
Right. I have some free-to-play players in my alliance, and so we did decide to go for the 125 because most people wanted to go for the 125. There were like 2 or 3 people who were like, dude, I need every core I've got right now. I'm trying to farm legendaries, and if I don't spend every core I have on that, I won't make it. Yeah. But fortunately, we have like 4 or 5 guys, myself included, who are like, we'll do the 500s to cover for you guys. You guys have been putting in the work. Nice. We got you. So, yep.
Yeah, our alliance settled on the 125 as well. And we also had some people that was like, you know what? If you can't afford this, we'll donate to you guys. We'll give you guys money so you guys can do this. So I don't know if anybody took him up on that offer, but it was offered. So yeah, our alliance ended up doing this one. And unfortunately, nobody has screwed up so far. So
nice.
I hope I'm not jinxing anything.
Yep, I'm proud of my alliance. I was worried. There was a day where I'm so glad there's a confirm. I clicked the 10K and then it did the confirm. And I was like, wait, no. I'm surprised that other people haven't done that. So. Shout out to my alliance.
Let me just do this right now so I don't forget. All right, it's done. All right, so we saw in the weekly blog post that Crystal was coming to the game, becoming farmable, and I think this confused some people yesterday. They saw this availability update, and I didn't read this. I thought, where's Crystal? I'm gonna go buy her in the arena store. It says added to the Ultimate, Basic, Premium, Mega, and the supplies section of the store. And I did get confirmation that boom. She is coming to the game on May 6th, 2020. So the first Wednesday of the month, just like all the rest of the characters. What are your thoughts on Crystal becoming farmable? I think a lot of people were worried about the Inhumans and not being able to get Ebony Maw.
Yep, I'm really glad that Crystal is becoming farmable, and they're giving us some time to stash some arena currency. So that's nice as well. You can hoard your arena currency until then. But yeah, they did cause some confusion. This, what we're seeing from support, is in line with what they've originally been saying, which is the first Wednesday of each month, a new character will become farmable. So May 6th is the first Wednesday in May, and they're going to put Crystal in the arena store. They confuse people by saying Crystal's going to the arena store. And normally when they include that announcement in a blog post, it's within that week, and they didn't have the date attached to it. So when they said it was happening, we assumed it's within that week because that's when they made the announcement. And then we got an in-game mail saying Crystal is now more available. So yeah, again, just another them dropping the ball on their communication. So, but a lot of people immediately took it the wrong way and were like, how do you feel about FoxX promising us one thing and giving us another, screwing the players again?
Well, they didn't promise a date. They didn't promise a date in that blog post. I was assuming that it was coming up, but yeah, there was no date, to be fair. So.
As per usual, their communication is lackluster, but they are delivering on their original promises as stated. So That is good. I did not know that support went and confirmed it, but I've been telling people until we hear otherwise, we should assume it's what they originally said, which is May 6th. So I'm glad we got that confirmed. And actually, I want to just add in one other thing that someone else got confirmed by support. A lot of people have been asking when the Symbiote Spider-Man Milestones will end.
Oh,
and
I was wondering that myself. I didn't see a date in the events.
there was, not only is there not a date in the events, but in the original mail, they said it'll be going away in approximately 4 weeks, which is kind of vague. So maybe they'll change their mind, but I can send you the screenshot. I had someone on my Discord server was informed by support that will be ending on May 13th.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's a little more than 2 more weeks. So I think that is about 4 weeks or so, give or take. We were talking a little bit about the blog post. In the blog post, they talk about this Chaos Theory event, all the promotion credits that we would be getting for this event. And I didn't notice this myself, but apparently when this preview of the event went live in the game, there was some different amounts. And they've had these amounts in this blog post, in the previous blog post, but people are upset about this.
Well, it wasn't actually that they were different amounts. What it was in game they also had a bunch of red star orb fragments.
Okay, yeah.
I
didn't look at it in the game. The first I heard about this was when there was an announcement that it's getting correct. I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was something that's changed.
Yeah. I did it on stream. So on the final tier, each time you did it, you were getting 14 red star orbs.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that is very big.
Right.
So, but yeah, they did issue a correction. And if we check that out, that was from Cerebro yesterday. This weekend preview was launched in-game for the Chaos Theory requirement contents. However, the current rewards being displayed are not the correct values. Those will be updated to correct those values on at 5 p.m. Pacific time yesterday. The previously published list of the actual rewards will have found on our website, and that's what we just looked at. Just more of a typos and communications, kind of a theme going on in this quarantine, right?
It is, but this is the worst way to do it is, if they accidentally released it with too few rewards and then they were like, sorry, it was supposed to be higher. We said it would be higher. It will be higher. People would feel better. And even though it's the exact same thing, which is sorry, it said the wrong thing. What we originally told you is still the right thing. The problem is what they showed everyone was quite a bit better. So everyone saw what was better and was like, oh, hey, this is actually better. And then they were like, no, it's not. No, it's not. So yeah, no one's happy about that. Everyone's like, why'd you get us all excited? And now they're making an uproar because even though it's, both sides have a point. Their point is like, no, we told you it was going to be this. Sorry, we accidentally showed you something else, but we said it was going to be this. It's going to be this, which is fair. But also all the players, firstly, not all the players read the blog, but yeah, players were, and that's just another reason why you should watch the weekly news update.
Yes, but every single piece on this news update.
Exactly. But yeah, people were excited by the new rewards. I was like, oh, that is better than we thought. Okay, this is a little bit better. But I actually criticized at the time for being like, they probably think this is generous, but they could afford to give us a lot more red star orbs than this. So I was like, they can do better. And then they're like, oh, no, we're not doing any of that at all. Like, oh.
So I think one of the things is they nerfed the rewards, and they didn't nerf it from what was announced to what is actually going to be given. But obviously they did nerf rewards because at one time they were thinking about giving these red star orbs as well. I mean, that's what I'm thinking is the cause of this, and they reduced those.
I think the right thing to do is give people a bunch of red star orbs to make up for getting them excited about.
Yes, more pulls on that slot machine, baby. I love it. Oh yeah.
Hey, you never know. You could get a 7 red.
Big thing this week, brother. Mr. Black Bolt in the game, and legendary event comes back. I think a lot of players got him unlocked for the first time. Did you get any more stars on Black Bolt, or was he already pretty beefy for you?
Both. I did get his 7th gold star.
Nice,
so,
nice.
Yep.
Nice.
He gained about 2,000 damage and like 20k health, so not too shabby.
What is your red stars on him currently?
5. I took him from 4 to 5.
Sweet. I think I would be using some silver promotion credits on him as soon as I see him in this store. What are your thoughts on Black Bolt? Is this going to make Arena a little more interesting for a lot of players now that didn't have Black Bolt in their Arena shard?
Yeah, I mean, he's great for Arena. He's great for Raid. He's just an absolutely top tier character. And more than anything, he's just another nail in the Ultron coffin. So the amount of Ultrons you see in Arena is probably just going to go down a bit more because Ultron just completely dismantles him. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's a really strong solo blaster. I've had a lot of people asking me, like, can I still use him in Ultimate 7 teams without Yo-Yo? Is he still worth using in Arena? And the answer is yes. He's just one of the best blasters. Just as a solo character, he puts out a tremendous amount of damage. He has an unavoidable single target nuke, and his passive is just incredible, especially against villain tech. But just in general, he is just worth his weight in damage. As just a ball of stats, he puts out some of the most damage of any blaster. And yeah, he's pretty awesome. Now, that said, Yo-Yo is what enables him to get the energy to ult on his second turn as opposed to on his first. So having him have as opposed to his third. So having a turn 2 ult instead of a turn 3 ult is definitely better. But Yo-Yo does a lot of work in her own right. Yo-Yo is just worth having. And then just one quick note on Yo-Yo, just because I just noticed this. So a lot of people who have Black Bolt have been not powering up their Yo-Yo to go with him because their Yo-Yo's at like 2 gold star, maybe 3 gold star, low red star, stuff like that. And I myself, as well as a bunch of other people, have basically been saying if your Yo-Yo is too low a star, she's not worth using.
I'm not sure. I know where you're going with this. I'm not sure if you should mention this because this might make her unusable in Ultimate 7, but you know what? Screw it. Go ahead. I think this is valuable for right now, brother.
Yeah.
This is already out there.
Yep. So we looked at the resistance values in Ultimate 7. I had someone message me like, hey, you're telling people that she needs focus for Ultimate 7, but it's fine. Their resistance in Ultimate 7 is like almost non-existent. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why? All their other stats are fine. Why would they have no resistance? So I looked. Sure enough, they all have like 500 resistance. So it turns out that if you properly gear up any star level of Yo-Yo, she's going to have the focus to perform in Ultimate 7. Now, again, like a 2-star Yo-Yo might still get deleted in Arena. But for Ultimate 7, you can absolutely run them as a combo. And even at low star, she's still providing defense up on spawn, defense up when he drops below 50%, randomly giving him evade 50% of the time on his turn. So she still does a lot of what she does, the ability energy. So yeah, if you have a low power Yo-Yo, she is worth powering up to go with Black Bolt currently, especially in Ultimate 7.
Gotcha. Well, my next question, obviously, do you think that this is a bug in the game in Ultimate 7, or this is something that was designed so we can use characters like Yo-Yo in that raid?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that it's intended. I mean, it would be a weird accident, but you never know. I think both things are equally likely. It's hard to say. My gut says that it was a conscious decision by them to allow lower star controllers to show up in raid and do well. But you know, I wouldn't have thought that they would ever accidentally just have people's stats tuned way wrong for no reason. And yet they just did it with one of the challenges. So maybe someone just overlooked what the resistance values are supposed to be. I don't know.
All right. So as of us recording this, Yo-Yo, very valuable in Ultimate 7. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, though? All right, quick note. Backstab Blitz coming this week. Corvus Glaive. A lot of players will be able to unlock him for the first time. What should players that don't have him unlocked be? Should they be expecting right now, or at least on Sunday when they unlock Corvus Glaive?
Are you asking in terms of his performance or the scores, or
his? Yeah, well, we'll talk about both. Let's talk about the performance, and then we'll get to the actual scores of Corvus Glaive.
So Corvus works well with Proxima for sure, and Proxima is a really, really good controller. However, Corvus really has one job, and that is to deal damage. So unfortunately, Corvus is one of those characters, kind of like Cyclops, who really needs the stars and ideally red stars behind him to really show up. So unfortunately, just like a 4 gold star, 2-3 red star Corvus is not going to be that impressive compared to 7 gold star, 3 to 4 red star characters that you already have. Just because, again, he's just there to do damage. So if his damage stat is kind of low, you're just not going to get super impressive results. And he doesn't really have any crazy control abilities or anything. He's just there to do damage. But if you can get him to a comparable power to the rest of your roster, he is easily one of the higher damage characters. He puts out a ton of damage, and he mixes piercing and crit in all the best ways to really just produce some very impressive damage numbers. So he does a ton of damage, and he He combos really well with Proxima, and he's just in general needed for that Black Order team if you're trying to get empowered Thanos. So.
I have some flashbacks of that supernatural team. The damage dealers not really being able to get the high gold stars on them to really see how that team performs. But let me ask you this, my friend: does he have any value without Proxima right now?
Again, if you get him strong enough. So if you get crazy lucky, if you were opening his solo orbs, like you got one offer of his and you got like 280 drops, then you got like 5 red stars on him. He'll do terrific damage, but
for normal players,
not a crazy amount. Again, every character is worth having and he's worth points, but yeah, I mean, you just, at the end of the day, what his base damage number says is his value. So like if you've been hoarding resources and you just dump everything into him and you can get his damage number up around a bunch of your top characters, then he'll do very well. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's just there to hurt. And so without the raw damage numbers to support it, he doesn't really have any particularly crazy functionality. Like his damage really have decent utility, but you said you're getting flashbacks to like Supernatural, and that's exactly it. It's just like Elsa. Elsa is still not farmable, so to this day, you still hear almost no one being like, wow, Elsa does a ton of damage, because nobody is seeing it. She does, but nobody is seeing it. And this is a very common thing. Like when the Thing first came out, people are like, thought the Thing would be better. His kid's boring. He's not that good. Then people start getting high star the Thing, and like, the Thing is awesome. So it's going to be exactly that. Until we see some strong Corvuses, no one's going to be that impressed. But
all right, well, let's move on to these scores, and then we'll talk about these 1 hour blitzes. What do you think? This is gonna be a crazy one? I mean, normally new characters people go pretty hard on it, but we did get some extenuating circumstances with the Red Skull Blitz and some of these other blitzes. Do you think this is going to be in line with just ramping these scores up, or they're going to fall back down to a kind of normal level pre-Red Skull?
I think that the scores are going to be really, really high because the Red Star rework made everyone's teams worth more points. So I think the scores are going to see a bit of a jump as a result of that. Like we've already seen for normally undesirable characters who would fetch very few points, even their points are up a bit across the board just because everyone saw at least a small TCP boost. Everyone who had red stars unlocked anyway, which is everyone over level 42. So yeah, I expect scores to be up, and Corvus is decently popular. He needs the stars. He's needed for the new top arena team. We're getting like some downtime without too many critical blitzes just before his. So yeah, I'm thinking his scores are going to be pretty high.
I gotta say, that is an excellent segue with these not so popular blitzes with the downtime. What do you think of these 1 hour blitzes? Would you like to see something like this more often for gear, red stars, stuff like that, it's not as critical as some shards for some characters?
Well, so the 1 hour cooldown, you know me, I don't mind, but someone was like, wow, 1 hour cooldowns. Now I can do a new rotation 15 minutes after my last one instead of an hour and 15 minutes after my last one. And, that's a fair point, especially it really highlights the fact that we need more save squads. But I did like that they just did top, I think it was 1% or maybe 1 to 2%, but there was nothing beyond the top small percent. Yeah. So I like that reward structure better. The 1 day blitzes, I don't mind 1 day blitzes. That's a little bit easier on people to be like, I'm going to go all out on this, but I only have to keep it up for a day and then I'm done. So that's nice. But there's one thing they're doing of these 3 day blitzes that these 3 days of blitzes that I'm really excited for.
What is it?
So today being Tuesday, we're doing the purple gear or blitz. That's whatever. But tomorrow, which is going to be Wednesday, so presumably the day that most people are seeing this, there's going to be a blue gear orb blitz and separately a second red star rampage blitz. So they're going to have 2 blitzes going at once, one more geared towards newer players and another more geared toward later game players. And people will be able to do both, but I like that they're mixing it up with running multiple blitzes at once and letting people choose which one they want to do. I do want to see them go in that direction. So
I like that. You know what? I read it as a red star blitz. I didn't even read this blue gear part, so that is a good catch there, my friend.
Yeah. It's two blitzes, and most late game players are actually been like, well, who cares about blue gear? Doing the other red star rampage. But
yeah. And then earlier game players, you need that blue gear to get your characters up. So
and they won't have to deal with as many big whales taking away their rewards.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, all right. It is time for normally what is my favorite part of every news update, looking at some data mines, talking about things coming up. But as you know, we got some special things coming up later in this episode. And all of this stuff was announced in-game and in-game mail recently, right before we started recording. But let's get to this first piece of business. Taskmaster, it is official. He is coming to the game. The rumors are true, guys. And it is going to be an event campaign with a new trait, the covert trait. Let's just go through this line by line. Prepare for the Supreme Soldier of Fortune, controller for the mercenary team, Soldiers of War defense. It sounds not very fun. Seals away enemy positive effects, assist on every mercenary turn, and war defense applies taunt to each turn to the most powerful enemy. What are your thoughts on it? I know there's a lot to unpack, but what are your thoughts on Taskmaster and some of the things we learned about him?
Well, I like Taskmaster as a character, so I'm looking forward to getting him in the game. The fact that he's a war defense character is such a bummer. We've talked about this a lot, but I wish they would just do war characters and let us decide whether they're offense or defense. But whatever. So he's going to be war defense. But I'm actually more intrigued by his skill set, which is stealing enemy positive effects. That's good. And the fact that he's a controller is interesting. But I really like that assist on every mercenary turn, because you already have Kingpin, who gives a high assist chance on any villain turn. So it's possible that we're beginning to see the first signs of a mercenary rework, and they could be the foretold hero brawlers of the villains.
Oh, I would like that. I think that is long overdue to make a villain version of that team. You know what? I gotta say, I was expecting a mercenary rework when he came out. This does not change my expectations, though. I think they are gonna get a rework in the next update. Maybe that's something we'll talk to John about. I don't know if they can confirm that, but usually when they bring in new characters and talk about teams, such as they did with AIM, such as they did with Hydra, usually means a rework to that faction. So that's kind of leading to my next question. How strong do you think this is going to be?
There's no way to know how strong it's going to be.
Your best guess. And I know we don't know any of the details, but what are you guessing as far as this?
If they're trying to make them a war defense team, then they're probably going to be pretty nightmarish on war defense. But I'm guessing that they're going to settle somewhere around where Red Skull and the Hydra minions are at, which is they're pretty good. No. They're not knocking people's socks off outside of war, but in war they're incredibly good. That's how it's reading to me. So that would be my guess. Like I use a decently powered Red Skull Hydra team for things like Blitz, and I did for some campaign nodes, and they're not bad, but they're not they're not like a top 5 team or anything like that. But war defense, they're basically second to none. They're nightmarishly scary. So that's what I'm thinking. But I also do want to mention, and I do think mercenaries are long overdue for a rework. Kingpin, Bullseye, all the mercenary minions pretty much have kind of fallen out of favor. Like Riot Guard and Merc Lieutenant are just kind of barely hanging in there, but Sniper and Soldier are not in a good place at all. So
have they ever though?
No, well, Sniper, like really, really far back, like in the very early days, Sniper did respectable damage. Soldier was always terrible, but we always describe Soldier's special as the sadness grenade, because he just fired a grenade of sadness. But honestly, like I'm a little bit optimistic because I want to remind people there are a lot of characters who have the mercenary tag that people don't typically think of as mercenary characters. Korath, Deadpool, Killmonger. There are some not bad characters. So if you have, like, Kingpin is going to be benefiting from his summons now getting red stars and Stark Tech and his gear and stuff like that. So if you have an improved Kingpin who actually has semi-respectable summons, and if Taskmaster is good, and then you pair him with characters like Korath, Deadpool, and Killmonger, something like that, you could have a mercenary team that's not screwing around.
Yeah, I definitely see a use for Korath on that team, because he's kind of homeless at this point. He doesn't really fit with the Krees. He doesn't really fit with the mercenaries. So
let me push back on that a bit.
The Korath? All right.
Yes. Korath has a team that for most people is not a team they can or should make. But I do think he has a comfortable home. It's unfortunate that it's for like 0.01% of the players, but he works terrific with Ultimus.
If you have a crazy Ultimus, yeah, I guess. I could see that, but I know.
No, I mean,
so-
right. No, I don't blame you. And again, you're farther along than most players. So you're absolutely right that for most players, he doesn't really have a team. But there is this non-minion Kree. So the Kree is a faction. I think they have like 9 characters, something like that. Maybe 10 with Ultimus, something like that. But so Ronan can have 4 of the minions. And then separate from that, you've got Captain Marvel, Minerva, Korath, Ultimus, and Kree Cyborg, who has synergy with Ultimus. That's your second. So I guess it's 10. That's your second Kree team. And that second Kree team, no one runs them because the individual pieces are so strong that like Minerva can go on BKT, Captain Marvel can go on Brawlers. Most people aren't using Ultimus, and then Cyborg and maybe even Korath can go with Ronan, whatever. But if you build that team as is, Minerva, Captain Marvel, Korath, Cyborg, Ultimus, that team is awesome. It is a very good team. Again, largely carried by characters like Captain Marvel and Minerva. Yeah. But Korath is super fast and can put a taunt on someone. And then Ultimus gains a bunch of speed bar when someone gets taunt. And Cyborg gains offense up and gives it to another Kree member. So they actually, they start off with Korath giving someone taunt and then everyone else rising to the occasion. Like, all right, got offense up, got some speed, let's hit him hard. And then you got an Ultimus ult to hit that person in the face with, and he gains offense up if he's doing it on someone with taunt. Captain Marvel's gonna ult him, and then all that with the healing from the kill.
All right, you convinced me. I guess if you build up these characters enough, he has a home, but my Korath does not really have a home, so he would probably end up on his Merc team.
That's fair. And I agree, he should have this other home.
He should, and yeah. So and we'll see what happens with Deadpool. There are some rumors circulating around Deadpool. Let's talk about this update coming soon, though. 3 new playable characters. I think we could guess those pretty accurately. Taskmaster, Corvus. No, not Corvus. Cull Obsidian and then Ebony Maw. Epic new game mode. They also mentioned the real-time PvP, which we are going to preview in just a little bit, guys. Powerful new ability set for Thanos. That's in the game right now. Event campaign. That is the Taskmaster campaign. Any surprises not mentioned here that you're expecting from this update?
Yeah, powerful new ability set for Thanos and others.
Is that the Merc? Did I just gloss over that? Is that they're talking about the Merc rework? A potential Merc rework?
I didn't pick that up the first time. Now I'm wondering. Could be Mercs, could be someone else, but yeah, maybe Nebula or something. I don't know. But
oh, interesting. Nebula needs a little love. Maybe give her a Merc tag.
Yeah, I don't know who else, but the and others is interesting. New ability set for Thanos and others is certainly interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people were speculating Merc rework when Taskmaster comes out, but I don't know if it's just been confirmed.
And part of how they're offsetting, like they were for a while doing 4 new character releases each patch, and now they've kind of stepped down to 3, but they're kind of making up for that by being like reworking an entire faction of characters that people may have at various star levels, but almost no one has dumped resources into.
Yeah.
So they get around that, like, oh, we don't need to sell new characters. We just need to create a huge demand for a bunch of gear and gold and other stuff on existing characters, and then people will still be tempted to buy offers to get them up to speed. So I'm hoping it is the Merc rework. And if they can, like, every patch or every other patch upgrade someone, we still got hope for a Hand rework, for a Ravager rework. But yeah, I hope that is Merc's getting some love.
I do too. And you know what time it is, my friend.
I'm listening.
It is time to go visit with MSF game director John Durr, baby. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Absolutely, me too. I'm looking forward to asking some hard-hitting questions and more importantly, to get to preview live PvP.
Let's do this. Let's start this. Here we go. You've been challenged,
The gauntlet has been thrown. I accept your challenge.
Nice. All right.
So Cerebro's on my team, right?
Yeah. Let's ban his Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Ooh, take that, brother.
All right. Let's we're gonna open up.
We go again, Valley.
Oh.
2 bans.
And let's ban his Phoenix.
Gone.
Let's just take all the meta characters out.
All right, Khasino, we get 2 picks.
I'm gonna go with a cocky BM ban. Let's ban his Ravager Stitcher.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, are you gonna make me scroll all the way to the bottom?
I got it's all the way to the bottom. There's 6 red stars on my.
Yeah, I thought he'd be closer to the top. All right.
Where's the
it's not active 6 stars.
Remember, you can do
It's literally at the bottom. It's 6,000 power. You really want me to ban this guy?
I sure do. Get him out.
All right. There we go.
All right, you can't use your Ravager Sister either, Casino.
Says who? Oh, that's right.
That's the way the bans work. Yeah,
you're right. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. What's the second one?
Let's go with an actual ban this time.
Hand Archer.
I don't think I'm gonna go with Hand Archer.
Crystal.
No.
Shuri.
No. Let's ban Ultron, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Ultron? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't much matter, but.
All right, so all 4 meta characters taken out of this game.
Oh, he's confident. He's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's hurt. All right, Valley, we get 1 pick, and then they're going to get 2 picks.
Let's go with Hela.
Oh. All right, they went with Hela. Let's go with Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
And Yo-Yo.
Let's see. Gotta find Yo-Yo.
She was up at the top.
Remember, if you're looking at the screen, you're looking at.
There. Other with the top, second row.
Okay. He's looking at his roster. All right, my Yo-Yo's like 50-ish K, I think.
Yeah, there. 64 is what I got.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
All right. All right. Well,
And you see from those indicators on the left where we got 2 picks again.
let's try Sinister
Nice.
and Invisible Woman.
Woohoo. There's 90K squad.
All right,
Yeah. Super ValleyFlyin is scary.
Woo.
This is difficult without being able to see my own roster, even though I look at it every day.
Fire
Does that help? Does that help?
A little. All right, let's go Minerva.
All right, Minerva.
And let's go Loki.
Loki. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, I don't like that
Interesting
Loki pick.
You weren't meant to.
So yeah, when we draft, it's taken the characters from both sides, so we can't get Loki now.
Right.
I can't find Loki.
He's in the middle somewhere.
Oh, there he is.
Aha!
6, 5.
Okay. All right. Just
Well,
Just
just
in
for
time.
dramatic effect, people.
yes. That
All right. Let's go with Vision,
And then last pick, and then we're gonna do the rejects.
and then Let's go old school. Let's go Falcon with this one.
Falcon's
that
a good pick. I like Falcon.
Nice. Falcon's a beast in this mid.
All right. What's our last
Yeah.
pick?
Let's go Magneto.
He is Neato. All right. So now you guys get to reject one.
So you're up first. Or
Oh, we're rejecting one first. Okay. What are we getting rid of from their side? I think I know which one you're going to pick, Casino, but go ahead and tell me.
I'm on the fence. I don't want to. Well, you know what? It'll be fine. Let's go with. Let's get rid of Sue.
Really? Okay. I thought you were going to pick
Interesting.
Hela, but okay.
I kind of wanted to undo the Hela Vision combo,
Yeah.
but because of Magneto, they're gonna be stuck for a bit.
Okay.
Or will we?
All right.
I know.
That's fine. Then Sue Storm it is.
Sue is the only one that could actually save them from the Magneto blinds.
Okay.
All right, where
All
we
right,
going?
well, let's just go Captain Marvel. She could delete somebody turn 1, so we got to do it.
Yep. All right, we're up first. This is our last pick.
All right, Scientist Supreme.
Booyah.
Counter that Magneto.
Oh, so cheap. All right.
Man, Super ValleyFlyin's a beast. 425,000.
Oh my
pounds.
goodness.
Let's go Human Torch.
That's an interesting pick.
Human Torch is going to be unaffected by the debuffs, and he's going to delete some people. He'll delete just as well as Captain Marvel.
If I can
Okay.
find him.
He should be up towards the top.
2, 1.
What happens now? What happens now?
It's gonna draft the strongest.
Oh, your
person and
legendary
drop it.
character. Yeah,
No,
baby.
I needed burst
7
damage.
star.
No. Oh god.
We can do this. We can do this. I have faith.
I appreciate your optimism.
Cerebro ruined your draft. It's official.
A little bit. I knew he was out to get me, but this is next level.
All right, start with defense up.
We go first. Yeah, start with, well, yeah, that'll give Falcon the special, but yeah, go for
All
it.
right.
All right, still us.
And then we got Yo-Yo.
Go ahead and let's Yo-Yo basic the Falcon.
All right.
I would have done Greg if I were you.
And now we got Loki.
Let's Loki special the Hela since she doesn't have defense up.
Okay.
No, why the Greg assist?
Greg hit her, yes.
No.
All right, who you want to go for?
Aim
Ellie.
let's
Let's go. They all have defense up. I guess Magneto basic.
Offense up and then defense.
And then-
All right.
Our offense down.
Ability block, Magneto. Hopefully it sticks. Come on.
Is that the special?
Yeah, the special.
No.
Oh yeah.
Offense down into defense up, so rigged.
All right, let's do the special for Falcon. Give us some more speed.
I know where this is going.
And let's spread it. The ultimate on Hela.
Okay, you only got one. I'll take it.
All right, let's do the ultimate for Scientist Supreme.
Oh, questionable.
Oh.
Questionable.
And let's clone Minerva.
Nice.
That was a good clone. I was thinking you'd clone Magneto.
No.
All right. We got Magneto's basic up. Are we still doing Hela?
Go after the Minerva clone.
Okay.
And then use the Minerva basic on Minerva.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, that's ours. That's
Yeah.
How's our health? Our health is looking good. Let's go with the.
Two.
Better hurry.
Let's
Better
go
hurry.
Magneto basic. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
I went basic on Minerva.
All right.
That's fine.
Minerva.
They both had defensive.
Minerva
We still-
basic on Minerva. Get rid of
Okay.
that Minerva clone. Then
Yeah.
his Sinister will mostly be sitting around. And the problem is he cloned Minerva, so she's not very strong.
All right.
Let's do the special on Magneto. I don't think we'll get to him in time.
Yeah.
I'd resisted. All right, let's flip him. It's the special.
Booyah. Oh,
And Falcon, baby. Come on.
We still got the defense up.
Jeez, these guys are hard to kill. All right. Yep. Ultimate.
Offense down and defense up. I didn't want it to be this way, but I got Shuri.
All right, we got to use these special.
All right. We got Yo-Yo is up. For
Everything.
Us,
Let's use the Yo-Yo ultimate.
Kill Greg, baby.
It'll hit Greg probably.
On who?
It doesn't matter. It's gonna hit random targets mostly.
Okay.
But go for the Minerva. But we're trying to drop the Minerva clone.
Yeah.
That's them. Yeah.
you want to go with
Um,
the ult or keep the heal,
Let's keep the heal. Let's keep working on
Mags?
Megs. He's gonna blind us soon.
All right. We got Shuri basic. Can heal block.
Heal block the Minerva clone.
Yeah.
But I Human Torch was gonna be all my damage. Everyone else was. supporting
Loki's ult, right?
Yeah, you can Loki ult. Yeah.
All right.
Either one, either of those doesn't matter. That's actually better because it's adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Minerva ultimate.
Yeah. Should we heal?
Oh yeah. And now Shuri will have heal, and we're gonna have Magneto ult. We're in good shape going in the second round.
All right, let's go after Minerva.
All right. Yo-Yo's special is up.
I still basic the Minerva clone.
Okay.
We're going
All
Minerva.
right, hit her. Yep, basic on Minerva. Ah,
Um.
Magneto's turn.
Magneto's ult.
Finally,
Oh!
yep, let's do it. And now,
No!
oh yeah, bring the pain.
All right.
Oh, there she
The clone's
goes.
gone.
All right.
That was bad decision by me. All right, yeah, basic. We're
Now we want to
blinded.
finish off the Scientist Supreme.
Yep. We got to heal up. We don't need to heal though, right?
Who?
Let's just attack Scientist Supreme. Shuri's heal was up. Was what I was saying.
All right, speed.
Was ready. All right.
Basic.
On Minerva.
Doesn't matter. He's blinded.
Yeah, you got some blind
basic,
there.
Basic.
Yeah.
And basic. All right, we're back in business, sort of. I guess just keep working on Minerva because
fun volley of
Minerva.
turns you guys had there. All right, that's their turn.
Yep.
All right, just because we can get a all right, let him finish taking his turn.
Yeah. Oh,
Offense.
no
down,
ability block.
Yo-yo OP.
We're keeping him to work on Scientist Supreme, right?
Yeah, finish her off.
Okay.
Oh,
She's the main one who's going to be healing them, and the heal block is making.
I screwed up. I should have went after Minerva. Not Minerva.
Is that bleed
All right.
gonna finish her off? You think?
We're up Valley.
Don't leave it. It probably will, but just take her out.
Yeah.
All right. Jeez, who's gonna get any buffs?
Better hurry.
I guess that's special. The special. Minerva.
Offense down. Now do it. Finish her.
Oh.
Yeah. One down. All right.
Okay.
I think this is done.
Falcon next.
Yes.
This is done. Damn it.
Oh.
Greg can carry this.
I don't like any of these targets. Minerva. Jeez, Minerva.
All right. Finish off Vision.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, dodge.
You know, the secret was Shuri.
If you want to say so.
I guess.
I still think it was Magneto. Shuri actually didn't do that much. Like
All right.
her heal block helped a little bit. Human Torch would have sped this up quite a bit.
Sinister or Hela? Are we focusing next?
Greg.
Hella. Yeah, great.
Hela. Okay.
Yeah, no, get Hella out of here. Sinister can make another clone if he wants. He'll eventually clone Minerva
Go
and bring someone back.
They don't have anything. Let's
Go after the
basic.
Loki clone. You'll take him out with the second hit of the basic.
Better hurry.
basic on Minerva.
She has defense up, man.
I know, but my options are very bad. I screwed this up.
All right.
Alright, basic on. Oh man, basic on Minerva. Jeez.
Cerebro, you can take it from here. Twist the knife, man.
All right, you got it.
We can't crack her. No.
Ah!
Thank you, Greg.
Jeez.
Come on,
This was
Sinister,
bad.
you can do it.
This was bad. All right,
you can-
clone.
Minerva, is this it? Is this the comeback?
Come on.
You get the revive.
Bring who's gonna get back to life?
There we go.
Scientist
Oh,
bring back.
Actually,
Could
you
be
can bring
a-
people back to
yeah,
life.
could be the revive chain.
Okay.
We got a minute left.
Oh,
Yeah, finish her off.
ultimate.
Bunch of evades.
No.
All right. Yep, finish that Scientist Supreme. If you have Magneto special on her, use it. Okay.
Come on, science. Oh.
No chance.
Ah. Jeez. That's I guess attack. Oh my goodness.
Throw it in auto fight so we don't run out of time.
No, don't throw it. Do it manually.
Well, you don't win if we run out of time.
Well, actually, we go into a sudden death with.
If you want to
limited
show
turn.
that, then
Yeah. What
we do
happens
it?
if it's?
Should we let it go to sudden death?
Well, what
Yeah.
happens? What happens?
It's just a few turns back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I just
well,
wanna see the
if
thing
it's
that
just
says
if I don't
something
get
that-
any other characters, yeah, it's a loss anyway. So
no,
it doesn't
leave him.
matter.
Leave him. No. Oh.
Doesn't matter if it's good game. Good job. You kicked my butt. You played that well, my friend.
Thank you.
Ouch.
Ah!
They did 4 times more damage to us.
I'm okay with those numbers.
See? That's Shuri. That's that 7-star Shuri, man.
If you want to hype up the Shuri, you can. Shuri did a little bit. Human Torch would have made that go.
I think it was Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo was the
Yo-Yo was the MVP.
Yo-Yo was the deal breaker
It was
with all those offense downs.
Yeah, Yo-Yo with the offense downs was really.
That's why she's not farmable, guys.
That's premium orb exclusive Yo-Yo right there.
The strike time video talking about speed bar gain for the Black Order, is that arena specific? Just an arena mode that Thanos is going to get 100% speed bar?
Yeah, it's going to be any mode. It's Ebony Namah is going to apply that to Thanos. So he gets the 100% speed bar, which essentially gives Thanos that free turn at the start of combat when Mah's with him.
And you said that's in all modes or just arena?
All modes.
Oh!
Yep. So
all mode.
Strong.
Just to clarify, the reason that there was some confusion on that is because it was originally stated in a PvE mode that it wouldn't, but what he was trying to say was like when different members of the Black Order drop down at different times, then it wouldn't apply right away. But if you have them all loaded in, then it'll happen. So, all right. So the first question: have you guys seen any of the player-based suggestions regarding compromises on new characters possibly appearing in the Elite store? And if so, what did you guys think of some of those suggestions? This seems to be.
Yeah, we did see those suggestions. There's a lot of good suggestions. I think some of them, it was like, can we include characters up to 4 red stars in the store, or including them, but they become less frequent or they're more expensive. So what we're trying to do is just something different. We're gonna, we put out the new red star system. We're trying to give live ops an opportunity to put out different events and different, milestone events or blitz events where people might be able to earn some red stars directly. We'll see how that goes, right? So it's not going to always be that long wait until they become in their home. We're gonna have some flexibility with that.
Quick question about the Black Bolt event: is the 3rd iteration of Black Bolt's event coming before the 2nd iteration of the Ebony Maw event?
Yes. So we're looking at getting Black Bolt out there before the 2nd run. So you guys know, current plan, subject to change, would be mid-August for Black Bolt, and then Ebony would be in September.
Sure.
All right. It's a good amount of time between the 1st and 2nd Ebony, but at least that's good because now people have a chance to get Black Bolts before it.
Legendary. It's legendary.
So obviously it's difficult to predict a meta. But based on what you've seen so far, are you thinking that an empowered Thanos and 4 Black Order will outperform pretty much any of the arena hybrids currently on the scene? Or are you thinking that we're more likely to see more hybrids?
Yeah, so I checked with the combat team head on this. I talked to Zach, who you guys have talked to before, just to get his take on it. And their plan, like what they expect is that Thanos, with Black Order, equal powers, 5v5 scenario, that they should win in arena. But the reality is like the players come up with stuff that we can never think of that always end up beating what our plans are. Like, X-Men were supposed to be undefeated, and that doesn't play out that way. So just because we design it that way doesn't mean that's how it shakes out. We know that the community is smarter than us when it comes to meta and figuring out those different things, which is awesome. But that's the intent. And then if it just becomes frustrating, like if it does pan that way and it's not fun, then we'll change it and we'll get it fixed.
Or release a new character that shakes up the meta. But yeah.
But I mean, you've got the red stars on characters and everything else that comes into play that makes that, difficult to actually have that perfectly even match there. The other thing that Zach mentioned was that there's some real good pockets for Thanos, like some mini teams. So like Maw, Thanos, and Cull is really good. And even without the Thanos empowered, and Proxima and Corvus are really deadly together. So there's a bunch of other fun combinations that people be able to play with.
Save squads. This is the big one. This is what I wanted a game. Save squads, roster management when selecting. What is there any updates on that? What's happening with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all ready for some safe squads, right? So it's silly. It's actually really technically hard for us to get save squads out. It's not just putting in a number, but what I will say is we're working on it when 4.0 comes out to get some additional save squads out there, and new players that are coming up will unlock those at 72, and everybody else will have them available.
So let me follow that up. When you're talking about new things, should we be expecting like 5 more, or will this new code be like a totally new code? We could expect unlimited or different tabs for different game modes or something?
No, that's definitely something that we're interested in doing, but this will be just an increase to the number. I don't have the exact number on me right now.
Okay, got it.
But I think it's more than 5.
Oh, that's good.
Anything is better. Anything more is better. Some interface that we have in the main screen, like scrolling through. I know, like in the PvP we just did, you could do it alphabetically or by power. Will there be more filters if we're not able to get more save squads in immediately?
For which mode?
Like Blitz and Raid.
Blitz, yeah, Raid, War, just so we could find our teams easily.
Yeah. That's another one that's on the docket that we were interested in doing. Just it's not scheduled yet, but we would all love that as well.
Cool.
The more save squads will buy us time, and then hopefully we're good long enough that they can do that. So
yeah.
But all right, yeah, there have been people who are worried that like you guys had no idea that the players wanted that. So it's good to know that it's you guys.
I mean, look, here's what the players need to know. Like, the two of you guys like have the ability to send me a direct Discord message basically 24/7. Like, if you two guys know about it, chances are we know about it because you've told us about it. So, you know.
Yes.
And I definitely let guys like Mr. Durr know about it. So it makes it way up the chain.
Yep, me and Valley definitely further the chain of pestering. For sure.
We appreciate it. We appreciate the pestering.
The Nick is in my ear all the time.
Of all the features coming with 4.0, what feature are you most looking forward to introducing?
Can I say pop-ups not overlapping?
No.
Nope, that doesn't count. I'm excited about that. So, you know, the verse battle sync PvP is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to take on my alliance members, and, you know, we'll talk trash to each other and then go settle it on the field. But the raid difficulty dial, the raid selector, is also going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that come out and my alliance being able to finally get through Alt 7 and see if we can take on, you know, the next difficulty up.
Any update on API? I know that there's something talked about a while ago. So any word on that you can share?
Again, we'd love to do that. We continue to look at, there was some transition stuff as we moved from Disney to Scopely and getting our new home that kind of put a pause on that. But now that we're there, we're starting to get those conversations going again.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I carry the flag on that issue. I know that guys like the website msf.gg, you know, really want that. So it's, you know, I'm personally also trying to further those conversations.
And just a fun little tidbit, while waiting for an API, I started working on a roster scanner tool that would like kind of simulate what an API does, at least for practical purposes. And found out after like a month of working on it, got the prototype ready. Apparently the guys at msf.gg have also been working on one, and we had no idea. And theirs is in testing now too. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to provide a couple things in the meantime. But yeah, and then I also just want to mention, I think you guys had mentioned Taskmaster potentially coming to the game. I think we can get a little sneak peek of something to do with Taskmaster, perhaps.
Taskmaster.
Gotta ask all
you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, nice.
So there you go.
What we got here? Chance to gain assist. That's awesome. Block chance, block amount, counter attack. Nice. Damage per skill.
You gotta scroll down too. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
All right, go back up. All right. On war defense. On spawn. Speed bar. Self. 10%. Oh my goodness. On turn, use 2 or more. Taunt to enemy with highest damage. Unavoidable. Got the focus. 25% chance to assist allies on non-attack abilities. Oh, that's awesome.
All right. There's your taste.
Sweet.
Taskmaster.
He looks so like, I know I'm biased, but he just looks amazing.
looking forward to seeing his animations. I want to see that as well. Thank you guys very much for joining us. We'll have to do this again next year.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you so much for being a part of this last year. I hope you've had fun. We've had fun putting the show together for you guys. We call every day the show, right? We always try and put out new content, new challenges, new characters, whatever, to keep you all entertained. And we really appreciate you guys covering it over this last year. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks for hearing us out.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for listening to the suggestions and answering some of the questions that the community has been wondering about.
Yeah.
All right, let's meet back here in 1 year for a 2-year anniversary.
Or sooner if possible.
Possibly.
And I also really I wanted to apologize to you guys for that Red Star messaging. That we
with the orbs?
totally intended to be transparent with everybody.
No, the
the
pricing
first
was
thing.
changing.
The first thing.
Yeah.
That we really set out to be fully transparent, and just like one note got missed, and it's a critical note, but it just got missed as we moved, so it sucked. That was not the intent by any stretch.
A lot of good stuff there, brother. I don't know if I was expecting that much from them. And what are your thoughts on that real-time PvP? Other than the victories that you got, what are your thoughts on that mode?
Yeah, other than the easy wins, it was pretty.
I'm glad we didn't have a bet for that.
Next time. But no, it was pretty fun. But yeah, it's very different than any other game mode. Firstly, because your opponent is going to do things properly, so you have to be afraid of all different stuff. Like normally teams are like, as long as the enemy doesn't choose this target, I'll be all right. But like with IPP, it's like, no, they are going to choose the right target. That can't be allowed to happen.
Yeah, that's true. We're used to playing the AI and making bad decisions. So and having to learn some new characters.
But it's the pick ban phase. The pick ban phase is crazy.
Makes it interesting.
It makes it a completely different game, and there's gonna a lot of live PvP. There'll still be some RNG within the match and stuff.
It was for fun anyway. There will be some stakes in our future battles, I think.
Yeah, the pick ban phase is where a lot of matches are going to be decided. And so, yeah, there's going to be a whole new strategy to pick ban. But what I was doing, a lot of what I was doing, I was a little bit trying to pick to counter, but I was mainly just picking who are characters that have tremendous contributions as solo characters. Even if there's no one that works with them, who just exerts a lot of influence as one character, like Magneto. And it's funny because I was answering questions on the subreddit earlier. We put out the new solo character tier list, and people are like, the game is all team-based. Why do you guys do a solo character tier list? Isn't that just misleading people?
Because of this.
This is yet another good reason why a solo character tier list is rather informative.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might have to change the solo character tier list to the solo character PvP tier list to really clarify for people.
Yeah, which characters you build up just for this game mode. What do you think of some of the answers we got to some of our questions?
I was pretty happy with pretty much all the answers we got. I mean, the big one I wanted to ask is can you put new characters in the Elite Store? And rather than saying no, we're not going to put new characters in the Elite Store, they basically said we're trying some other stuff, some other ways of people getting red stars on new characters. And they mentioned one of the things we're doing is including them as Blitz rewards, where I don't know if they were we ran that test and we're done, or that's something we're going to continue to try. But they mentioned a couple of different ways. They're maybe some milestones, but they're basically saying we want to experiment with other ways to get red stars on new characters. And if none of them work or are popular or well received, we can just go back to putting them in the Elite Store. And also he was saying we're also conscious of not leaving them out of the Elite Store too long. So the fact that they're going to put Corvus in right away means they're also keeping an eye on it. So that's good.
I like that they're thinking outside the box with some of their things, and some of the things they'll hit, some of the things they'll miss, but I do like that they're trying different things and willing to change. If something misses, they are willing to change and not nope, this is what we're going to stick to. So that was reassuring, I thought.
Yep, and we're not going to give details on this yet, but there was something else that we had talked about where they basically admitted we felt like this was a bit of a miss, and we're gonna make changes to this to make it better too. So yeah, again, you guys will get the details later, but what Valley said is very, very true. If they feel like they misgauged something or they implemented something wrong, they're very happy to go back and be like, no, we're gonna fix it. So
and they are aware of Blitz bots, and no, they haven't released any information on that yet. But guys, if you guys are doing that, you're risking your account being banned, because Yeah, it's not good. So
Yep.
very risky behavior to do those blitz bots.
Yep, there'd be a lot of people in the comments saying like, why didn't you guys bring up blitz botting? We did. They basically said they're aware. They're having ongoing discussions about it, and they don't have details for us at this time. But for anyone who is worried that like the devs are totally unaware, that's not the case.
Cool. Well, any parting thoughts before we sign off for this 1 year anniversary, my friend? Congratulations. Thank you for doing this, man. You are awesome all this time, my friend.
Oh no, same thing I said when we were recording with them, and it like at first I was doing a little bit more, but this is mostly you. People all the time. I see people in the comments. I get mad. Some people are like, Khasino just does the weekly news update and lets Valley host it. I'm like, that's the farthest thing from the truth. Valley does like writes down all the topics every week. He like does all the research, gathers all the screenshots, has everything ready, sets up all the transitions, does all the recording, does all the editing. I just show up and talk. Valley is 98% of the weekly news updates.
Your showing up and talking is what makes the show, though. So thank you for that.
I don't think so. No, you know how to set me up with softballs, and more importantly, you do the hard part, which is making it seem smooth and natural when you get me to shut up.
They don't see all the edits that we do behind the scenes.
No. I wish we had a supercut of like all the.
Yeah, I wish I saved all of them. Those files are so big that I don't have any of the bloopers and stuff. But there's a lot of funny ones over all these weeks. So.
Well, for year 2, let's start saving all the bloopers and.
All right, I might have to cut them into a separate file just so I don't have to save those.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're large files that we do with these guys. So.
Yep. No, separate blooper reel for year 2. We'll have that for you guys.
I will start working on that. So.
But
cool.
we were asking people in the chat like, what should we do for the 2-year anniversary? And people are like, oh, eat something hot, do a little giveaway. And I think ultimately what we delivered here was better than anyone.
I mean, we could do that for a normal video. We could do that for a normal week. We could eat something hot just cause. We could do giveaways. There'll probably be more giveaways. So yeah, I thought this was special. So thank you for setting this up. You're the one that really pushed this. So before you go, do you have anything to promote? You want to tell everybody what you're doing, if anything's changed since last week?
I don't think so. Doing daily YouTube streams around 6:30 p.m. YouTube Pacific time rather on YouTube every day. But yeah, just put out a bunch of new infographics. You can get those on the Discord. But yeah, just we'll be around doing what we do. Valley's been making surprise appearances on the streams. So.
Woo. Well, Khasino, thank you once again. It is a pleasure as always, my brother. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, join the notification squad because there are at least 4 videos per week, Marvel Strike Force on this channel. And we do this news update every single week, guys. If you are listening on the podcast, make sure you leave a nice review on whatever platform you're listening to this on. And check out some of the links down below, guys. They support the channel. Thank you again for watching and check me out on social media. I will see you next time. Khasino, give me a 1-year fist bump before you go, brother. Where's that fist? Show me that fist. There it is. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, and Khasino out.